Donc c'est quand même quelque chose de très organisé, mais en même temps de très démocratique. Il n'y a pas une douzaine de personnes dans la compagnie qui ont droit de veto sur tout.
Moi, c'est la première fois que je participe à des entretiens de recrutement, donc ça, c'était une première pour moi. Et on arrive dans une équipe, 6 mois plus tard, on participe à des entretiens de recrutement. C'est beaucoup de responsabilités, donc c'est hyper positif.
Je pense que le principe d'avoir beaucoup de personnes qui rencontrent le candidat est un point important parce que ça permet d'avoir plusieurs angles. Et d'ailleurs, on fait rencontrer pas seulement le futur manager, mais également les futurs collègues et voire même des futurs subordonnés.
It's with different, like with your colleagues, with some of your colleagues, then you have with your managers, then you have with people from different teams. It's just to see you in a different way because people ask different questions.
Je pense que la chose que je cherchais le plus, c'était la connivence, enfin pas la connivence, mais le degré de complicité que j'allais pouvoir avoir avec cette personne, qu'elle allait travailler tout le temps avec moi.
But now there's this concept of being googly. Sometimes when we look at hiring someone, we'll ask, like, is this person googly? And to us, that really does mean someone who is diverse and interesting outside of the workplace, who cares a lot about social responsibility in the world, and who really loves technology.
Des gens curieux, des gens un peu originaux, des gens qui allaient vraiment... avec qui ça allait être agréable de travailler. Après, on pouvait toujours leur apprendre le métier et qu'ils pourraient le faire bien, mais c'était important qu'ils aient un certain état d'esprit, en fait, qui est très dur à définir.
I think what they look for is, like, it's very important to be a team player being here. I know it sounds like cliché, but we're all coming, it's a headquarters, so everybody's coming from a different country, and it's very important so you can get along with people.
C'est plutôt un processus assez systématique qui permet de détecter la bonne adéquation et de trouver le bon talent. Il n'y a pas de science infuse et il n'y a pas d'algorithme pour ça. On va les appeler tous les uns après les autres pour qu'ils se présentent et qu'ils nous fassent l'habituel numéro de claquette.
Não importa de onde a pessoa é, a cultura Google começa na apresentação de novos funcionários. Os googleiros novatos precisam passar por um trote para entrar na fraternidade da empresa.
Edmond Mortos, Gaël Meguer, Mathilde Delval, Maxime Bounen e Naïm.
Essa festinha semanal chama-se Graças a Deus é Sexta-feira. E hoje é sexta-feira. Como tudo que acontece na Google, é um evento internacional.
Voilà, il y a un bisutage traditionnel pour les stagiaires de Google. Vous allez prendre le micro chacun et essayer de nous faire rire.
Hi, I'm Adrian.
Wait, no, that's the beginning. So the embarrassing part.
That was my embarrassing part now. I actually got a ticket once from Philadelphia police for public urination, which is...
That's good enough.
I've composed, well, just like an anthem for Google. So actually, once you go ahead and visit the web network, the first thing you need is a good web search. We have search. Actually, we've not search. So go ahead and visit our webpage, gwgle.com. It's open 24/7.
Quand on arrive chez Google, je crois qu'on regarde autour de soi et on se dit « Je suis peut-être pas bête, mais je suis pas le seul ».
We do a lot of one-to-one work from the very beginning, from the early days, to help get people started, show things around, show how things work at Google, and really help them get off the ground.
We have this buddy program, which means there is somebody who is taking care of you when you arrive. Like, they're going to meet you with your colleagues because they know that you're quite new and embarrassed and stressed even. Then you pass the trainings, you have like a training process, and then you go to your desk and there is always a person you can turn to and say, look, I need help for something. And they will always come because they're your buddy at that time.
once they go through that initial phase, through that initial coaching, then they're good to go and they're on their own. And we do have a culture of empowering people and giving them ownership over their business and over their markets, especially in the emerging markets. We're talking about small markets. The teams are small, so there is that true sense of ownership and responsibility, which we foster in people.
Constantina trabalha na Google há 1 ano. Ela tinha 28 anos quando trocou a Bulgária por Dublin para se tornar presidente da Google Bulgária.
Hello, Dushko.
Ela é a única aqui que pode solucionar os problemas dos anunciantes búlgaros. O melhor amigo dela é presidente da Google Romênia.
Super.
Se contarem as bandeiras, verão que a Google investe no mundo inteiro, porque palavras estão à venda na Bulgária, na Ucrânia e em muitos outros lugares.
The most stressful part is that you're calling from Google. So Google is calling the customer, and it's like I was feeling that I need to be professional enough and good enough to speak with these people. And later on I understood that I cannot always know the answer, and there is nothing bad saying I don't know and I will check and I will come back to you later. At the beginning it was really weird that there is not somebody who is checking me every day what I'm doing. That was something that really stressed me because there is nobody actually checking you. It makes me more relaxed because I know that if I need a break, I can just go and sit and have a coffee and know I won't have any comments like why you're not working or something like this. So it makes me more efficient because you plan your own time.
Para a Google, as melhores ideias podem surgir entre 2 portas. Por isso, esse espaço é organizado. As mesas de totó, sinuca e ping-pong e os videogames são uma maneira de incrementar as relações entre colegas de trabalho. Ideias não são mais debatidas através de mensagens eletrônicas, mas em reuniões cara a cara. É uma nova maneira de melhorar a criatividade dos funcionários.
Well, we just put some stuff, which we have to, about some reminders about our work. Then it's the googly stuff, for sure. We always have something that will make us laugh. It's just some fun stuff. Usually you have to have a small ball, but I lost the ball. So you put it and all these things are like moving and it goes down. Gulnara, where is the webcam in the canteen? Where can I find it? Feeling hungry on my right, on the dub page. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Menu kitchen cam. Yeah, okay. It's 12:20, so people usually go around 12:31. But it's spread, so not everybody is here. That's the menu, yeah. So that's the Earth Cafe in the other building. That's what we can choose from. Salad bar, sushi bar, panini bar. And that's what is downstairs, the canteen. We have usually one etnica. Today it's Ukrainian. Sometimes it's Indian, Italian. The sushi was very popular. Had sushi every day, now we're sick of sushi.
Quem trabalha na Google não paga as refeições. Esta receita de sucesso se espalhou pelo mundo. Com uma simples análise de custo-benefício, é fácil entender por quê. Digamos que alimentar um funcionário custa ao empregador em torno de $2.500 por ano. Considerando a perda de tempo para sair e comer fora, os ganhos em produtividade são evidentes. Comida grátis é também um dos melhores benefícios para os empregados. Aumenta o apreço deles pela empresa, bem como as horas trabalhadas.
Something like...
All my friends are in Google. Here I just don't have the time to go out and meet people outside. It's just because when you arrive here, you're alone and you meet the people here. So everybody coming in Dublin is exactly in the same situation. So we all come, we don't know anybody, and we need to make friends. Where you can make friends here. And it's very easy because it's very open and people around you will come and make friends with you. think like a huge benefit, because in my previous job, when lunch break is coming, you need to go to a restaurant and think what you're gonna have for lunch. For this, you just don't think about it. And you come downstairs, you eat, you just come with the friends.
It's a good way to socialize with people, like, you know, to take your time and talk to people.
Scrambled eggs is my highest cooking skill. Google takes care that I actually eat some good fruit from time to time. So yeah, I appreciate it.
It's nice that you have that. And then it's also nice that you add like a couple of pounds, kilos, and then you realize that, well,
which is why they put in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have free food, but we do have a gym too, and a massage.
But still, I wouldn't go to a job just because I have good food. I mean, it's a nice benefit to have.
On est dans un monde d'informaticiens. Un monde de gens qui passent leur journée scotchés devant leur écran à écrire du code, à écrire du texte. C'est un métier dans lequel on a des rythmes de travail très particuliers, dans lequel on peut rester 6 heures, 7 heures, 8 heures, 9 heures, 10 heures, 12 heures d'affilée au bureau. Et il y a là une volonté de créer une hygiène de vie pour leurs collaborateurs et qui tient à ce que cette hygiène de vie va permettre de travailler sur la durée et d'éviter justement l'enfermement ou l'abrutissement. Alors, il y a une démarche totalement paternaliste. Beaucoup des innovations de Google en matière sociale, pour employer ce mot, chez nous, nous les connaissons, sont les comités d'entreprise qui l'offrent, qui le proposent. Aux États-Unis, ça n'existe pas. Donc, du coup, ils le réinventent.
There's a social contract going on inside of all high technology companies, especially entrepreneurial companies in their early days. And that is, take the risk with us, give everything you got, and literally everything you got. You may be sleeping on the floor of the office. You may be working 100 hours a week. You may have no other life besides us for a few years. But if we pull it off, you're going to be wealthy beyond your greatest dreams. Google's one of those cases. They actually did it. Did it chew up people? Oh, I have no doubt it chewed up people. They don't burn out because the company's too successful or too demanding. It's that demand lasts too long. You can't do this for 10 years.
For 4 years, I was involved in politics because I was elected vice mayor of my city. And it was a really nice experience, totally different from my studies, because there are rules in politics that you don't study in school. The way you approach the people, which is something that you learn on the field, like we say. Nobody teach you how to deal with people, especially from different nationalities, country, cultural backgrounds. You know, basically you have to learn it by yourself. For many people, it's the first job, so they come here. They see everything really super, you know, hey, free food, it's like heaven for many of them, you know. They didn't go through a normal, old-fashioned company, like, for example, it would be in Italy, you know, where you just go to work, boring, you just, you know, swipe your card, sit down in your desk, do your stuff, and wait until it's 5 o'clock and go home, you know. I'm happy to go to work.
Christian é italiano. Aos 32 anos, ele é um veterano na Google. Após 5 anos na empresa, ele ganha um salário de gerente de nível médio. Para completar a renda, a Google tem um sistema de bônus baseado na opinião de outros colegas de trabalho. Quanto mais disponível, eficiente e simpático você for, mais você ganha.